streaming, they're all fucking put it above the #1 shit so I don't cry about the many viewers I have. I mean, how many little viewers I have? Not many. Alright, here we go. Penis. A little congested right now, to be honest. I feel horrible. I'm dying. Okay, okay, so, alright. So I've made a decision that's gonna change my life forever. Actually, no, I'm really curious. I'm trying it out, and like, you know, like honestly, I came to the conclusion. I'm a little congested. I'm sorry. Stop. Okay, so, so I've came to the conclusion, right? That well, not a conclusion. I was thinking about this last night. Okay, so like last night, like I kind of want to get into like music and stuff with singing. You know, nothing crazy, right? You know, just like personal stuff, right? Just to see. Like because I've always I always haven't been fascinated with music, but just recently these past few years like, oh, that's cool, just like here, you know what I'm saying, right? And so I've kind of just been looking at software to use, right, for like auto tune, but like free stuff, because like I don't want to spend real money yet on it, right? So right now I'm just like looking like at just free stuff to use. And I was trying to set it up yesterday, right? Mainly just to set it up so I could use it later, right? Like, but for some reason, right, I couldn't find my microphone. And I know my microphone's connected because it works on OBS and it works on my system sound settings. Like, it turns on, right? Like, it's warning shit, right? So, like, I don't know why, right? I got it a few times, right, that my microphone sounds really good, you know? And, like, my microphone would sound way, way, way better if I didn't have any filters on. Like, maybe just one, you know what I mean? But the reason I say that is because I have a fan running in my background like 24/7, right? And also as well, like, I don't want you guys to hear other background noise like steps and stuff, right?
Spend every moment growing into who
So
you
I set up like
You look like a
I set it so you can only hear like
should be quick.
only pick up my voice, right? And you can't pick up, like, you can't hear the fan, or you could just barely hear it.
ล่องไปกับสายลม
And the only problem with that is that it will sound like my mic sounds a little bit more muffled
Times ahead. Everyone hungry?
compared to, if I didn't use it. And I could turn it off, but I don't want you guys to hear like all the background, and I just want you guys to hear my voice, right? You know what I mean? Or like someone's talking to me, you're not going to be able to hear, or just barely, I haven't set it up like that.
Should do it. I believe the robot's better off with us. Don't you?
Life Weaver heals actually fucking suck, dog. They're so bad. He's just fun to play.
We have the robot. And isn't it friendly?
Honestly, I did find a new way, right, to play Life Weaver that's actually more effective than the way people play him right now.
A touch of regrowth.
Like, you want to do full heal, half heal, two of those, and then another one, full heal, half heal, two. I'm pretty sure that does heal faster, because like the 10, right, it's just a little bit more, right, Allah, please, oh, help me, sorry. Bye-bye. Oh no, that shit fucked my, bro, that's gay. No, but yeah, about the microphone thingy, Like, because, okay, yesterday, I was playing Life Weaver, right? And I had I was curious, I'm like, how much healing does he actually do? Because, like, is it 80, or is it, like, Because sometimes like it's only like 80, you know, percent of their current health or whatever the case is, right? I wasn't sure, you know, because I YouTubed it and you know it said like at first it said like 65 and I'm like, really? And then I went on the wiki and it said 80, so I'm like, oh, it's got to be 80, you know, for full charge, right? Honestly, I think it's better to do like 55 or like really closer to 55 because 40 gauge just kind of sucks, you know what I mean? Honestly, I wish it feels like this. I wish they'd make his cap out at like 45 or 50. Just make it faster to charge. That's it. Because like right now, like it's really bad to heal tanks with this heal. Like obviously like people like this, right? It's really easy, you know? I like using like small heals and big heals, right? I know that's not like the best way, right? But I like doing like a massive heal first, right? Just like this. And then just topping them off just a little bit, you know? I don't know. I just like utilizing every part of like... I just like utilizing every part of the kit, you know? I wish you know, it'd be actually, you know, it'd be good to utilize every part of the kit, but like, you can't do that with Lifeweaver. You just can't. Like, you have to usually just go for like... And let's just like this, right? You know, like, let's fill up a bar really quick, just like that, and then, you know, finish off. But then you have the problem if they keep taking incoming damage, right? You know what I mean? You know, that's like the only problem I don't like with Lifeweaver. Like, his damage is pretty ass too. Like, because I don't think he doesn't have any fall off, but like, just his heal's really bad. Like, he's fun to play, right? And he's got like pretty good utility, right? I'm not gonna lie, he's got pretty good utility. I don't know why they didn't save. The lane in like pretty straight, like forward, I think. You know? Like, that's something I don't really like about Bro. I don't really like Bro because of that. Like, he's got a great ult, right? Because you can get it just so consistently. But, like, his ult doesn't make up the fact for his heals are pretty fucking bad, right? Like, if it's, like, someone with not too much HP, like Doomfist, right? It doesn't feel like completely like shit, right? You know? Oh, I can't even... Oh, wow, you can't grab her. Oh, wow, you can't grab her. I did not know that. No, but yeah, like obviously, like what you want to do, like obviously every time you get into like a fight, is you know, because me playing tank, right, and me like having a Lifeweaver as a healer, they're not ass at healing or anything, right? Like the person wasn't, but it just took so long. Like it's literally just faster for her to go get a health pack. Because his heals are just that shit. Like, the charge up should be way faster for him. I'm not even joking. If you have, like, Kiriko ult, right? And you have Lifeweaver and Kiriko ult, I'm not even joking. If you just do this, right? It's actually way better than what his normal heal feels. Because it's just so much faster to heal. You know what I mean? For some reason, right, D.Va just sucks when she does out of her mech. Like, she's just so bad. She just gets her ass clapped. Like, I say this, if your HP's, like, above 300, right, yeah, he's really bad at healing those targets. But, like, he isn't, like, when it comes to, like, squishies, like, he's really good. You know what I mean? Because you already start with the heal that's already at 80, right, you know? But like realistically, I was like looking at other ways, right? That you know, maybe that ooh, like that method, right? That I said it'll get it 100 and then 40, right? You know. To be honest, that probably is faster, right? But like not by much. You know what I mean? It's probably not worth doing at all, right? Like against tanks, his gun actually feels pretty nice, right? You know. Or like you know, I was about to say Fernando. This isn't Paladins. It feels actually pretty fucking nice. Wait, where's the shit at? Oh, it's right there. They're actually gonna just make this game into Paladins, which I kind of wanted for a while now, to be honest. Not because Paladins is like, oh, this amazing game. I just really like the design of how they... You just got fucking raped. I just really like the design of like how Paladins and they did, you know, manage their systems and shit, right? You know? I remember someone wanted me to play Paladins, but like... I don't know. I don't play it just because I'm just not interested in the game anymore. Like, one reason, like, that I can remember why I stopped playing, right? I can't... Oh, I can't even grab. I couldn't even grab. Oh, she says hello. That's really cute. The way she says it. But, like, one reason that I clearly remember is, like, every time I would play a support, they would just feel like every other support. Like, Overwatch kind of has this problem, right? But, like... Every time I play Kiriko, like, versus, like, Lifeweaver, like, everyone's heal feels vastly different. Like, they're still the same, right? But it feels way better than Paladins, because Paladins, the heals just felt all the same. Like, literally, the heals just felt all the same, right? You know? And that's kind of, like, one reason, like, if they would have kept, like, damage healers in the game, right? But they didn't do that. But they did, which is really weird. What I mean by this? So, Cirrus, right? Who is always kind of been, like, a more damage-based hero, right? You know? Versus healing, right? I've heard people complain that she doesn't have the best healing, right? And, you know, to be honest, right? That probably is true. Oh. Okay, okay. I don't know what she's doing. I'ma just chill. I'ma just chill with this girl.
Take the robot from them, and we win.
She's so cute. I love Bridget's design. She's so cute. She's a very tall woman though compared to your boy. Let me try to find my retainer. I think it's here. She fucking gave up. Hansel. I'm gonna friend this Bridget. But yeah, honestly, like I remember like now before like the last one of the last major changes like a few months ago I think, or like I don't remember when, but like because like from time to time I will like go to like patch notes and stuff for Overwatch, but I won't. Let me check if there's any skins for my Lari, by the way. But what I've kind of noticed is that one thing I don't like, right, is that there used to be this character named Genos, right, and he kind of had like a Zenyatta heal, you know, but like a time Zenyatta heal, but like I think that's better because it would last through walls like the entire map for like 10 seconds, right? And then obviously it's got buffed to like 12. No, I think it was 13 and then was too strong, so it went back to like 11 or something. I don't remember, right? But they made him like really busted again, mainly because they reduced the 1.5 second, right? That's literally all it took, right? 1.5 second cooldown to make him actually into like meta again, right? People call him like the worst healer in the game, right? Which honestly, I don't even like a super popular YouTuber who did Paladin said, oh, Genos is like really bad and stuff, right? And like honestly, is he like the best support? No, but is he like really bad? I wouldn't say no, he's not the worst because a lot of people say he's a horrible healer. He's not a horrible healer, right? Not by a long shot, not compared to other healers, right? You know? But the thing I didn't like is that people just call him the worst of the worst. But as soon as oh, that's literally the major change, right? That buffed him is literally 0.5 second reduction right on his heal. He became absolutely busted. And people immediately just started jerking him off. And the develop excuse me, I burped. And the developers didn't know how to like nerf him accordingly, so they just kind of only kept the extra second or like extra 2 seconds on the heal, right? Which honestly, I don't. It was really easy to keep him strong, but you know, still viable, but not OP. So originally the cooldown is okay. So in that game, HP bars compared to this game and any other shooter like Marvel Rivals or you know fucking Fortnite even, right? The numbers are way larger. So the average normal champion will have around 2022 health. So 2200, right? That's the average health, right? That's kind of like your baseline. So like all you see all like 250 HP characters in this game. Not Marvel Rivals because I believe Marvel Rivals does have more 275 HP characters, right? Which I do think most of them should be toned down to 250 just to make everything even, you know? Like I remember when they buff Winter Soldier's health, I was even shocked too. Like because I was just playing casual at the time, right? Not even touched rank because I couldn't because I wasn't level 10, right? And I was just unbelievably shocked that they did that because he was already really good. You know what I'm saying? I actually had someone in one of my recent games saying, "Oh, he's bad." I'm like, no, he's really good. He might only have 3 shots in his gun, right? But he can kill you with like 2 of them, right? And then he just hooks and he gets it like he hooks because he does have a hook or just use an ability, right? Like legitimately, like he can just get a reload back, and then with rocket, right? He just has infinite ammo. So I think he's like personally, do I think he's S tier? No. Do I think he's A tier, high A tier to like mid? Yeah, 100%. He's not low A tier. He's like either high or mid A tier because he's really, really good, right? You just have to know how to aim, right? You know what I mean? I don't feel like in Marvel Rivals, what I do like, right? You know, getting a little sidetracked is that personally, nothing feels weak. Yeah, like compared to everybody, are you gonna have like a like quote unquote, like weaker character? Yes, but I don't feel like everything in Marvel Rivals feels weak. I feel everything is pretty well balanced. Mainly because everything's busted. But anyways, go back to Paladins. So personally, so this is what happened before the changes. He had a 10-second heal, right? That lasted 10 seconds, and we already discussed 2200 is, you know, around the HP pool that most champions had, right? And he'd heal for 20, you'd feel for 220 per second, right? And this is without cauterize. Cauterize builds up on itself, right? Basically, everybody starts with 25% cauterize, which, you know, it says it in the name. Everybody's healing, right? Whatever healing they received is cut off by 25%, you know, and then eventually builds up to 90%, right? And when you shoot somebody, it only lasts like 2 seconds, right? You know, it only lasts 2 seconds. So that's what cauterize is. I don't know what else to say, right? That's what cauterize is. And basically Genos, right? The reason he was because when he was released, he was so busted, right? Because he just mainly did a lot of damage, and then they completely just gutted his kit, right? Which honestly, is just never the way to do it, you know? If you have to like completely gut something, right, in order for it to be balanced, it needs a full rework because as soon as you start gutting things, right, in any game, right, they become boring, right? And people start missing when it used to be strong. Or keep it strong, right? But make everybody right. Something about their kit is busted. Like, you know what I mean? Jeff, he has insane survivability, and he has like he's a spam healing bot if you play him, right? But he just does a dumb amount of healing, right? Like every healer in like Marvel Rivals for the most part has something very unique about them or just something absolutely broken, you know? But like, this one thing I didn't like is that they just completely gutted him. So his gun did 120 damage or 121 per shot, right? But then if there was used to be, they have talents or legendary cards, right? They used to be called legendary cards that change the way how much damage they do and stuff, right? You know what I mean? How much damage they do and stuff, right? You know what I mean? And just the fact that you have this legendary called Luminary, it added like 10 more damage. So it would up it to like 130 per shot, right? Which that's a lot, you know, considering like the damage heroes with assault rifles only did did around the same damage, and he was just a support, you know. And while I do believe he did need the nerf, right? Honestly, they nerfed him too much to the point the damage became 108. And like that severely hindered his ability to kill anything, right? Because also in the game, right, there was things called like items, right? And this thing that's coming to Overwatch, right? But they're gonna call them perks. And items basically can help you counter the enemy. So let's say they have like a lot of stuns, right? Just go resilience and you reduce like the stun duration, right, of any stun. A Go Haven reduces damage outright 7, 14, and 18%. And this is the item, right, that inevitably made Genos really bad because he was kind of like designed to be originally like this damagey support, right? But like after they just gutted that, right, like it became really, really bad because it'd be very rare to see a team who wouldn't run Haven, right? And if you did, right, it'd be like in casuals or something, right? Or like just a fun game mode, you know? Ooh, I'm dead. Thank you so much, Genji. You're fucking amazing. So I'm not gonna heal him anymore because, dude, he's not been helping me. Like, he had the chance to kill him when he was like at half. Or around half. But yeah. It became 108 and so like, okay, this is what I think. When I think the nerf first happened, I honestly think that Luminary, because the Luminary would affect people, right, and make them do 15% more damage, or I think it was 20 at first. I don't remember. It's such a long time, right? But that's what would happen, you know? And honestly, when I saw the first nerfs, right, I didn't like that they buffed it down to 108. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Luminary for a little bit, for like only like a week or something, right? You could still like up damage, so like it didn't make it as bad, so it was like around 118, right? But the thing that inevitably like killed the fun for me in this character, he was my main for you know, a while, even after the nerfs, right? Just because like he had a really good lore, right? You know, really cool lore and everything. You know what I mean? I'm hiding. Get away. Oh, I'm dead. No, but yeah, he had like really good lore and everything. You know? And like he was kind of like supposed to be like this godly figure in this like imaginary world. Obviously not a real god, but like, you know, like in this imaginary world, and I really enjoyed it, right? I thought it was really freaking cool and everything. But after they nerfed him there, right, and then, you know, they didn't. Eventually they nerfed the healing, but like for every single character, right? Which honestly, looking back on it, is probably a good idea. But like Genos had it so rough at one point because his original healing output used to be 250 seconds, like, no, 250, right, per second, which was really nice. And then, like, major healing changes happened, so, like, they try to make the game, everyone start at 75% cauterize, right, you know? Everyone had it, but that was the cap, right? Which is a horrible idea, because in that game, right, I don't know how well it would work in this game, but in that game, cauterize, if you constantly have someone cauterized, it feels like, you know, it feels bad, but like it makes sense on like why, you know? So everything was stuck at 75 cauterized, you'd be like, oh, that's good, right? No, it was not good. Because like, I'm not even joking, right? Even if you were like 75% cauterized, that would still literally not be enough to kill somebody. Because like they had two healers, and these healers like would like, when you have bigger numbers, right? When you have like bigger numbers when it comes to a game like that, right? It's it's harder, you know what I mean? The reason I didn't know this, right? But the reason like these companies like Marvels and Overwatch keep their health pools at 250, right, is because if they have them around 2000, right, it is actually harder to balance, you know, the characters. It really is harder to balance the characters. Because that game had like even like the slightest like 10, like if you had like 10, or like, you know, you like add 10 to any healing ability in the game, right, that literally would be enough, right? Because if you can remember, cauterize only lasts for 1.5 seconds, right, or 2, but I'm pretty sure it was 1.5 seconds, right? I think it was 2 at one point, right? But then they eventually changed it because like it was too strong on some certain characters, you know, like a tank called Fernando, which he had a flamethrower and stuff. And honestly, like when that first change came out, I was happy because like, oh, you know, I don't have to build cauterize, but you know, oh no, no, cauterize was cheaper. No, Just remember, it wasn't like, on the start. So what used to happen is, right, is you used to have to purchase cauterize, right? It wasn't base kit. And what they decided to do to get cauterized faster, because people wanted to get faster, because there's, the developers are like, how can we implement this, right? Instead of, maybe adding passively, you know what they decided to do? Literally, we're just gonna make it cheaper in the item store. Which honestly was not a good idea, because like, depending on what healer you had, right? You'd either make the healer completely like useless, right? Or like the healer would still be busted because it wouldn't be enough to break, their healing output, right? And like the reason, also another reason is like, since like everything had like super high HP pools, right? Like adding, like, you obviously can't add little numbers, right? You have to add like big increments in numbers. For an example, Ilari heals 115 with their healing gun, right? And like a nerf for her would probably be like -5 like healing, 10 healing, right? For them, if you added 10 or 20 more healing for some reason, right? Like it would just, like, 5 wouldn't do no much, but like if you added like 10 more healing to like any healing ability, it would feel really busted, or it wouldn't do anything at all, just depending on like the way the character, is made and stuff, right? Or how they work. It was really weird, and that's why they kind of like, I feel like companies, if they were to make like more shooters, 6 shooters like that, 5 shooters, it is better for, what the fuck was that? It is better for them to honestly just keep it like, low numbers. Because as soon as you start tinkering with high numbers and stuff, right, it's not good, because it's harder to, what do you call it, balance the game when you use higher statistics or like lower, like versus lower games, because lower games, right, you can just keep putting it -5 +5 -5, right, and you'll have better success than, like, because 5 won't really do much in like paladins, but like 10 would, or like 20 would, you know what I mean, right, per second, right? You know what I mean? That's me getting fucking clapped, but yeah. And I still try to play damage. I still try to play Genos as a damage after like the major nerfs and everything, right? But honestly, it just wasn't the same. He wasn't as strong, right? Everything about him got gutted. Like literally everything. Like damage, prime, 130, and I honestly thought this was too much as well, right? But you do have to remember that Haven was stronger back, back in the earlier days. Haven was stronger. It wasn't at 18, it was actually at 21%. Right now it's at 18 because 21 is way too strong, right? I honestly think even right now, it got buffed like a year or two ago to being 115, right? But you still have to remember cauterize, like not cauterize, Haven's still a thing. So at the end, he only does like 90 damage per bullet, right? And he doesn't have like a super fast firing rate, because I don't think they mentioned this in the patch notes at all, because I would be like a nerd for the patch notes. I would constantly look at the patch notes like I, do with Overwatch, right? Like I do now. But I'm pretty sure they nerfed the speed, because the speed was 0.13 seconds, right? And I clearly remember it, right, being 0.12 seconds or like 0.11, one of those two, right? Mismemory is a thing, that's why I'm saying one of those two, but I remember it being lower by slightly, right? And I could be wrong because of mismemory, but I'm pretty sure I used to shoot faster and 100% did more damage. I remember that. The reason I say maybe I'm not is because I could be wrong, because mismemory is a thing. Everyone has mismemory, right? But I don't doubt it, because like I used to love the game. If it was something I was kind of like unaware of, right? Sure. But Paladins, I used to love the hell out of that game. Used to. So much. Used to make, and as they are shutting it down. But I still try to play him, right? Mainly because his design was so cool, and like his ult and kit were like really, really unique. Really, really unique. Something I just never understood, right, over the years, right? Is just that they would just keep Genos just mid or just really bad, right? He wasn't the worst, but you keep him mid at really bad, right? And when I was referring to him being like horrible, right, I'm like talking about, the more of like the last 2 years, because before the nerfs hit him really fucking badly, right? Honestly, I think they should bring back damage Genos to like 120, just due to the fact that one, the game's about to shut down, and two, it's a different era. Like I don't think his damage, right, would be enough to be absurdly strong. Like I feel like it'd be strong, right? But do I think it's going to be like absolutely busted. No, maybe with certain compositions, yeah. You know, but like honestly, I think they should just bring him back because the game's about to shut down, but also why not, you know? Like I don't think the game would be as busted now since they added like several different characters with different abilities and stuff, and like Haven is still a thing, you know? Like even like the thing I didn't understand, right, is like when he was at his prime, right, 130 shot or 131 per damage, right? If you had like Haven 3, I believe, he'll do like 108. And like that used to be his current like gun, right? Is 108, and that just felt horrible to use because like nothing would die, you know? You have to use like the entire ammo to fucking kill someone and at least 2 headshots, you know what I mean? But something I just never understood is, right, they nerfed him, right? But there was a few other characters, right, that did better healing than him, right? Had better utility kits, right? And they did more damage than him. And they still keep them in the game. Like Furier, right? She had like a little meter to build Pyre, and Pyre basically when it builds up, right? You can shoot faster. Like you can do this by healing, right? And for a while, like the Pyre meter would drain really slowly, so you just shoot like crazy. And like she kind of had a shotgun type weapon, you know, a shotgun type weapon, and like you just did an absurd amount of damage, even like for body shots. Well, a headshot I think it was like 350 or something. You just fire like two, it would be so quick, right? But they just couldn't buff Genos, right? And then arguably, right, there's a girl named Saris that was Furier. There's I don't why people say Furia. I'm like, it's not fucking British niggas. Shut the fuck up. Okay, but I'm being dramatic and give me that ass. Okay, I'm kidding. Okay, but who the hell said that? She just looks bored. She's like, what the fuck? Okay. But there's this girl named Saris, right? Which I don't know why they keep giving love to this girl because I already think she's strong. A lot of people think she's weak, right? Which I don't see why. Like, I'm talking, when I refer to something, right, as weak or strong, I mean for the people, right, who are average players or who play rank but are only from gold around to silver because that's the average rank for anybody, you know what I mean, right? Like most people in any game, right, are always gonna be at either silver or mainly gold, you know? Like if we're talking about high MMR and stuff, right, obviously, you know, but like I feel like you should just balance the game around. Like like for things not, first of all, not to be super fucking frustrating or annoying to do. Something can be strong but not frustrating, you know? You know what I mean? Something can be like super strong but not frustrating. Like some things are genuinely like so frustrating. Like I'll be honest, in Marvel Rivals, everything feels pretty good, right? But there are things that are frustrating about the game, right? Like I'm not gonna lie, Psylocke ult, I feel like you should be able to kill her when she's ulting. You know what I mean? Because like you can't do anything. Like you get stuck in there, you're just fucked. You know what I mean? You're just fucked. You know? Like things like that are annoying. Star-Lord's ult is annoying. You know? Thank you. Like you could say the same thing about Storm's ult in Marvels, but genuinely, that is much easier to survive, right? Than other ultimates. Like I prefer to get ulted by a Storm every 5 seconds, right, than a Psylocke every 5 seconds, you know? Just mainly because like there's counterplay to her ult. You can either out heal it or you can just get to a safe position like in a building or something, right? You know what I mean? Just spread out. Psylocke is just instant, you know? Right? You know what I mean? Like, I prefer, like, Moonlight's ult, right, over Psylocke's ult. Yes, the only thing that can be frustrating on Moonlight is if you're a freaking, like, healer, you're gonna die, right? And that's one thing I find annoying, you know? But honestly, right, I don't think they should, like, do any huge changes. Like, as much as I think it's annoying, right, I don't think they should, like, nerf it for it to, like, become like either really bad or like people are going to be able, because someone said give like give it like 1 more second, right, and then give that second to Wanda. Honestly, no, I don't want them to do that just because like I think it's unnecessary. You're gonna kind of like just ruin the fun of the character. I personally just think just maybe increase ult charge slightly, and that's it, by like 20%, you know? Or like 15 or like 10 to begin with, right? No, actually like 12 because he gets ult really quickly, right? Because like once you start making major changes like that, the game just doesn't feel good anymore. You know what I mean? It feels like boring. It feels like they're trying to like a lot of players, right? The reason that a lot of players move to Marvels and Overwatch, and a lot of people like shitting on Overwatch, right? What Overwatch did wrong is what Paladins did wrong. You know what I mean? And you know what the fact is? It's literally this. It's literally that once you try to balance a game way too much, right? It becomes boring, you know? Like obviously you should try to like balance your game constantly, like, you know? But like if you balance it too much, it becomes boring like because the abilities feel weak, right? They don't feel like the actual like character, you know? That's the fucking issue. Like, yeah, there should always be balance to the game, right? But like, don't ruin the fun or like the fun aspect of it or like the strong aspect, you know? Because that's what makes a character, well, a character, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's why I would say don't add a second to Moonlight Soul, right? It'd probably feel better, but like, I don't think that'd be enough to kill the game, right? But also, like, I don't want people to be like, oh, this game's just gonna become, you know, Overwatch or Paladins, right? Or fucking where you know everything's like super balanced or just feels like that because once you start balancing things, right, like they don't feel good anymore, you know, they really don't feel good anymore, you know what I mean, right? It feels horrible to play with. That's why I don't want to say that. Just like keep the lethality of it, but just increase the time, you know what I mean, right? Just increase the time. That's what they need to do. Or if you are gonna decrease the lethality, right, little changes by little changes, right? Because like companies like this, right, like companies like this, right, just are just constantly like making big changes out of nowhere, you know? Like I think it's better to make little by little changes because like the Maga situation, right, like they made him completely useless with like a bunch of like nerfs, right? And honestly, he was just a bad design to begin with anyways, right? He's just a bad design character. That's where they messed up first anywhere in the department of design, right? It's just that he's a horrible character, you know? Because, like, his design is like this. And there's some characters, right? If their design is so just poorly made, you know? Their design is just so poor, right? There's no proper way to balance them without completely killing it. And that's what I've noticed about a lot of perks or just a lot of killers in DVD, right? It's just things that are poorly designed. You know? That things are the things that are just poorly designed, right? Just suck to, you know, go against. Or if when they try to nerf or buff it, right, they can't find a good middle lining because there isn't a middle lining. You know what I mean, right? There isn't a middle lining. I honestly think this. Nerf something if you see potential in like keeping something pretty strong, right? But like, you know, making it not frustrating to deal with. Because the most problem people have in communities is just like something is just frustrating to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like some people are gonna disagree with me, but I personally think, right, keep something strong and fun, right, but not frustrating to deal with. Because like, I'll give you a perfect example. Wanda Zolt. Wanda Zolt can completely team wipe anything, but it has a caveat, right? And the caveat is this: you can't die in your ult. The reason I don't like Psylocke, right, that much is because she can't die in her ult, and it's arguably better than hers because it can still team wipe, you know? Like, make somebody strong, but also, like, there's, like, a caveat to it, you know what I mean, right? Because if you make something just strong, right, and it's just strong, there's no counterplays, like Malga, right, where you have to kill the character, then that is a problem with your department, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, you know, specifically your department, or just you, that you can't balance out a character, you know what I mean? Thank you. I think, like, if they added, like, obviously, should she have damage reduction when she's ulting? Yeah, or, like, make her, make her, like, zone. Make her, like, zone just a little bit smaller, right? You know? Or just, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, stuff like that so it's less annoying, you know? Like, I wouldn't try to really mess with the timing, like, in the game. I don't think we should, like, really mess with the timing and stuff. Like, obviously some characters, right? I don't think Moonlight needs a second. Maybe, like, half a second, that's it, right? You know? Because I still want to keep lethality. And, like, mainly the fun aspect. That's what I would do, you know? Because I hope these fucking Chinese developers, right? Because the game is made in China, I think. Right? Like, I really hope that they can, you know, actually, you know, make this game last for many years. You know what I mean? I do have more faith in, like, Chinese companies, right? Just considering the fact that they don't bullshit around, you know? Like, obviously, people used to make fun of Chinese companies for being, like, a cheap knockoff of something, right? But honestly, over the years, China has been keeping up steadily, and, like, honestly, like, a lot of the shit that you use and stuff that I use, right, comes from China or, like, Taiwan, you know? A lot of China doesn't believe that Taiwan's its own country, by the way. Yeah, because obviously, right, the country has, like, fucking huge problems in itself, but, like, when it comes to, like, video games and stuff, right, for the most part, I like that they don't really fuck around, right? They just do something, right? You know what I mean? And one thing I love is that they don't force, like, really weird stuff, you know? Because, like, there's nothing wrong with, like, LGBT stuff, and nothing, well, inherently wrong with that, I should say, inherently, right? You know? But one thing I just never liked is that, and just kind of skins just being pushed to you, right? You know what I mean? Just skins just being forced to your face, right? That's two things I don't like, you know? Like, because every time you open a game or whatever, right? Because for Jurassic World, right, I kind of have the same problem. And the problem is that every time I open up the game, like, legitimately, there's, like, always, like, the a pop-up just saying, "Oh, buy the battle pass." I don't like that. I don't like being forced when I get, you know, open a game, right? I don't like being forced to constantly look at something and constantly buy something, right? I don't like that. I don't like that. You know, it's annoying, you know? And there's, like, no way to, like, you have to, like, click on the battle pass and you have to exit out. I don't like that about any game. If a game has to do that to you, right? It's either two things. One, they really want you to buy the shit so that it goes away, right? But the second, and I believe the second one's probably more prevalent than the first one, is that the game isn't doing that well inherently. So they're just kind of forcing you to, like, oh, here's the you know, here it goes. Here it goes, right? You know what I mean? Obviously, when there's, like, a new season, there's nothing wrong with, like, showing it, but, like, it's just constant with Jurassic World, right? And I just find that really annoying. Or, like, when anything is, like, really, like, shoved, forced to your face, right? I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like, it doesn't matter if it's, like, LGBT stuff or not, right? It's just, like, that's kind of like what it usually is, right? But when it's not that, it's just fucking skins, like, forced down your throat, right? Here you go, here you go, here you go, right? I don't like that. I don't. It's really, like, annoying, like, going and just constantly seeing skins, right? That I like, dude, you know, because, like, I can't afford, I can afford them, right? But I just don't want to buy them, you know? I just don't, you know? And that's really fucking annoying. You know what I mean? And some people are like, oh, it's not forced down your yes, it is, though. It is, though. It is forced down your face. It really is, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about stuff in real life, right, that is forced down is just, like, masculinity on men, right? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people think that, like, men should be strong. Honestly, I think men should be strong, right? Honestly, they should be strong mentally and stuff, right? Because they are gonna have different struggles versus women, right? And women have to be strong mentally in different places, right? You know? But one thing I don't like, you know, if you're talking about real life, is just the fact that, like, you know, to be, like, you know, super manly, right? To not like this, to not like that, right? I don't like that. You know what I mean, right? It's kind of the same thing like that, right? I just don't like that because, like, It's not called breaking stereotypes or anything. There's just nothing inherently wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? There's just nothing wrong with it, you know? Because some people think you have to be super masculine, strong, right, buff, whatever. No, that's not what a man is, you know? I don't think that's what makes a man a man. You know what I mean, right? It's like a lot of people these days, going off topic, I seen like a lot of people, I saw like a conversation, right, going on, and there was like this rich millionaire, right, whatever, you know, he thought he was handsome, whatever. He's not a bad looking guy, he's a good looking guy, right? But he had like a lot of arrogance talking out of him, right? She's like, oh, I have this much money, you don't. I'm this successful, you don't, right? That's not what makes a man, right? You know what I mean? And I'm not talking because I'm broke either, right? What makes a man like truly a man is just literally the fact, right? That what they do to make them a man. You know what I mean? You could have like, because this is the one thing the guy, because a lot of arrogant people think this, right? This is what he really failed to realize. And it was just the fact, right, that just because you have money and all this stuff, that doesn't make a man a man. You know what I mean, right? Like one of the best historical figures in the entire world, right? Jesus. Like, he never flexed his masculinity. He never treated people like differently, right? He told the truth. He had to make like a divide for people, but he never treated people like horribly. You know what I mean? And like, also we're talking about like alpha males and stuff. Like, dude, something I didn't like because they were like average men, right? Versus like super high rich men, right? And the super high rich guy, right? He couldn't take the critique from the normal guy, right? And that he started like bitching him out and threatening to fight him and stuff. I'm like, dude, do you honestly think, right? Jesus put aside or anything, right? Do you really think that's what a grown adult, let alone like a man, would do if he had like respect for himself or anybody? Like, no, you know what I mean? You know? Like, if what the like, if you had like any respect, where the fuck is the tank at? Where is bro? Oh, he did he? Oh yeah, he did that. What the fuck? No, but like, yeah, like he was like threatening to fight the dude and stuff, and I was like, dude, like, oh, she's so cute. I will succeed. Like, dude, if you have to like threaten to fight someone, right, because you're losing like a combo, like obviously, right, you know, there's nothing wrong with the fight, you know what I mean? As long as it's like a professional fight, right? Or like a boxing fight, you know, there's like nothing wrong with it, right? Damn, everyone fucking sucks, dog. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, like a boxing fight, right? Because, you know, like, sport, whatever, right? But, like, when you're just threatening, like, to fight someone because you just don't agree on something, right? Like, obviously, if it's something really bad, I could say it having anger and frustration, not to the point you kill them unless, like, they're, you know, threatening to do something to you, right? Like, I don't know, pedophilia, right? Let's say they agree with it or whatever, right? You know, then obviously I understand getting extreme, like, mad at that, right? You know what I mean? Like, I completely understand that, you know? Completely understand that. But, like, you know, I still wouldn't fight someone over it, right? You know what I mean? Because, like, I might disagree with somebody, but, like, I'm not gonna fight over someone just because they have a different opinion than I am. I might not like it, right? You know, to be honest with you, but there's nothing wrong with them having a different opinion. Unless it's, like, really bad and then more, like, yeah, you're mentally ill, you know? And they honestly might be, you know, if they, like, agree with stuff like that, you know? I'm just running away. Do they all land in the same place? I don't think they do. I think they just spam in one area. I like moving them around and stuff. He's just rushing without merit. With the problems going on, everyone's just kind of pushing in by themselves. Realistically, everyone's probably good at playing. And with each other. Hold up. Not with the penises, right? You know? But, you know. But yeah, anyways, back to the conversation, sorry. Like, he wanted to fight this dude, right? And stuff like, dude, like, you're losing a combo. If I do make this into video, I'll show you, like, the clip, right? Like, dude, you know, like, I don't think a man would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, everyone has their own faults, right? You know? But I don't think a man, a respectable guy would do that. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'll be honest, like, people who are, like, super famous and stuff, right? For an example, Andrew Tate and stuff, right? Do these famous influencers have sometimes good points or like really good reference points? Yeah, they do, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie, right? I don't know if he's a, you know, pedophile, right? I don't know if he's that, right? Because I've heard that my friend said that Andrew Tate was like an alleged one, right? Allegedly. And honestly, I tried looking it up like, you know, like a few days later, like a day later, and I just couldn't find anything. So I don't know if he's just hearing that as a rumor, right? But like I haven't seen anything specific like information wise or credible information that would let me believe that he is an alleged, you know what, right? So that's for now, right? I'm not gonna say if he is or not. I'm gonna say no, just because like I haven't seen anything or even like an out, like you know what I'm saying, like no solid proof or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like obviously, like you know, if they seem like the person to do it, I'm only gonna say allegedly because like you know, it's still an alleged, you know, allegation. But I actually haven't seen anything like that. He's like, you know what I mean? But on like the topic of that, right? Do I think he's like an amazing figure that you should listen to, right? No, you should not listen to him. Like he does make some good points, right? I'm not even gonna lie. Like, but like, I'll be honest, a lot of his points are just actually just fucking retarded. You know what I mean? Just actually just plain like actual autism. Like you actually have to have fucking brain aneurysms to believe what he's saying, you know? Because a lot of people, like, when they hear, like, a lot of young kids, right? Young children, they want to be more masculine, right? You know? Or just want to feel more manly, right? You know what I mean? And, you know, while they should, you know, look up to certain people, right? You know what I mean? Because, okay, so, like, someone who I look up to is, like, Martin Luther King. Good guy. Um, you could argue JFK, right? But also, yet again, he was a really horrible husband, right? You know what I mean? You can appreciate things about people, right? But also acknowledge their faults, you know? I feel like there's nothing wrong with like that. Obviously, if they fucking did something really weird, you know, like fucking JFK did. I did learn in school he was, you know, fucking like this 18-year-old, which isn't illegal, but it's still pretty weird considering the nigga was like 30 or 40, right? So like, you know, I feel like you should always take bits and parts from everybody you learn, right? Even if you don't agree with it, just to put into your own thinking, to run into your own head and see if you still have the same process of thinking before and after. Because there's nothing wrong with judging your own statement and like, you know, questioning your own mind, you know? Obviously, does this open the door for you to become an absolute degenerate, right? And do horrible things? Yes, it does. That's why you have to be very careful with it, right? And you should always put your line of thinking before anything else. But like, there's nothing wrong to listening to other people, even to tolerate them, you know? Like, I'll be honest, like, when Andrew first came out, right? I was just watching, like, super. I honestly thought he was just a bigot, right? You know? Because, you know, like, all the clips I was seeing, right? The media making him look bad, right? Honestly, were some of those clips out of context? Yes, but were some of them not out of context? Some of them weren't. You know what I mean, right? He was like, oh, you should be tough. You should, you know, a guy should be tough. Yeah, a guy should be tough, right? But that doesn't mean they can't show their feelings off, right? Should they show their feelings off to the world? I don't think so, right? And the reason I say that, right, is because what usually happens is, you know, people will make fun of you in private or just won't give a shit. That's why you shouldn't share your feelings as a guy, I think, you know? You should only share with someone who genuinely does care, you know what I mean? Genuinely does care. Because most people don't give a fuck, right? They really don't, you know? Most people just genuinely don't give a fuck, so that's why you shouldn't tell them. Not to be like an Andrew Tate or whatever, right? You know, nothing like that, but you know, it's just kind of reality. That's what I've, you know, seen, right? You know, obviously girls should do the same thing, but like I feel like girls are a little more open, right? It's just a society standard, what I've noticed, you know. I don't know. I don't think there's nothing wrong with being weak as a guy, but you can't like stay weak. You kind of have to keep moving and driving yourself forward, you know? And this is just kind of from experience, right? You know? It doesn't mean people don't care about you. It just means you just have to handle things differently than what you would do if you were a girl, you know? And if you're a girl, right? Obviously there's like, it's completely different from a guy, you know? You know, mental game, right? It's completely different. But you still have to deal with your own struggles and stuff, right? Like, it's just different, you know? But at the same, it's like, you know, at the end of the day, it's still like, you know, struggles and stuff. It doesn't really matter if it's different or not because it's still struggles, you know? It's just got fucked. Is there water here? Water, please. Yep, yep. Oh shit, I need to heal him. Heal penis healing. There you go. Oh, he dodged that shit like a fucking pro. Oh, come on. Oh, if that would have went to fuck him, I would have got so happy, pause. Oh, fuck. I just moaned. Why am I purposely, like, making my foot numb again? Oh, I gotta stop doing that because, like, it does hurt my booty sometimes, you know? Because, like, the leg muscles, that fucking bad bitch skin is so bad as fuck. Smash. Okay, let me.
60 seconds remaining.
Sorry, give me a second. Okay. Honestly, I don't like the new Juno skin. It looks kind of whack. I really don't. Doesn't look like it's not like it's probably not. You know, like the cosmic. I don't know, cosmetic cosmium. I don't know what the hell it's called. You know what I mean? I like that she has like really good mobility. Juno's cute. She's cute. You know what I mean, right? I feel like there's some characters in this game that shouldn't be sexualized, right? I think they're just, you know, should just be cute because Juno's cute. You know what I mean, right? She's just cute. You know what I mean? I wouldn't like if I was dating like I wouldn't be like, damn, she bad as fuck, you know? Like she a baddie, but like baddie, not bad as fuck. Big difference, okay? Big difference. Okay. Right here. Sitting. Hello. You know. Drone snake. Hey, fuck you. You wanna go, bitch? Hmm? 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 I'll touch you. What? I'm kidding. Speaking of another fact, right? I'm like religious, right? But like I'm not overly religious because like I just am really inconsistent with everything, even like fucking YouTube, as y'all know, you know. Get that Mexican ass here. Don't worry, I can say that. I'm Hispanic. Mexican ass. I used to have a friend. Actually, never mind. I still have a friend. He looks like a Native American, but it could be because he's Mexican, you know. You're probably wondering what the fuck. Yeah. If you take a DNA test, right, you know what it'll actually say? So, it won't say won't say, oh, you're like 70% Hispanic and stuff. It won't say that because, like, that isn't a thing, you know, that isn't, like, you know, what will it say is you're Native American / indigenous, and usually most DNA tests, right, can't tell, like, well, like, because the whole continent of, like, America will, like, just light up, right, you know? Like the whole continent, like the whole continent of like America continent will like literally just light up, right? If you take a DNA test, you know, it will just say, oh, you're indigenous American or / Native American or like Native American / indigenous, right? Like it can't tell the difference because like this is kind of how I see it. Technically, are you like native and indigenous? You are, but like I wouldn't consider, you know, like I wouldn't consider my like ethnicity or race that because like, you know, don't look. I don't feel like this is the. I might be wrong in this, right? But this is my personal belief because when you ask anybody what indigenous means or anything, right? Like they all have like, you know, relatively a different answer or like kind of close, right? But for me, it's like this. To be considered indigenous, right? Personally, you would have to look the part, right? You know, you have to look indigenous. What does that mean? You know, it's like how like probably I would say how like the originals most likely looked like. You know what I mean? Thank you. You know, like close to like native. You know, that's what I would consider, and like you have to be mostly indigenous, right? To be considered indigenous. Like, but everyone has different opinions, right? You know. Like, obviously, if like 10% white, that doesn't make you not indigenous anymore, like 20%, right? You know what I mean? But I feel like you have to be, like, mainly indigenous, you know? Because, like, I did saw, like, this Reddit post, right? This guy took a picture, he's like, do I look indigenous? And he literally looked just fucking white as shit. I'm like, no, you don't. Not even remotely close. Like, motherfucker, you got a big nose, that's about it, you know? If that counts, that counts. I'm so mean. I am so fucking mean. You know, because like my mom, she says her parents were indigenous, right? And like I already seen my grandma. I've never seen my great grandfather because like uh just mainly due to the fact he died when my mom was like 9, right? And she claimed that both of them are indigenous. And I saw a younger picture of my grandfather, right? He doesn't look indigenous. He just doesn't. Like obviously he's probably more indigenous than Caucasian or like, you know, African or Asian, probably, right? To be honest with you, because he does. But like, you know, would that be enough to consider him indigenous? No. Like you can't really be for certain, right? Until you take a DNA test. You know what I mean, right? You can't be for certain until you take a DNA test, and then you can be like, oh, okay, you know what I mean, right? You know, or like, you know your heritage by the way that your great great grandfather, because I kind of know how they look like, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't want to consider my mom indigenous because she looks really, you know, like she doesn't really look indigenous. She doesn't at all, you know. So I think kind of like that, you know what I mean? Right? I wouldn't consider myself indigenous. I just, you know what I'm saying? Because like not only you have to like look the part or like I feel like culturally, right? Because like all, you know, indigenous people, Native American people are different from each other, right? The only reason on the test it shows up that they're same because it can't distinguish where the fuck you're from. You know what I mean, right? It just knows around that area, you know? So like, you know, to top America to like, you know, bottom of the shit, right? But yeah, you know. Actually, did I don't yeah, I just remembered I do have a picture of me and my friends, right? You know, like we're all together and stuff. You know what I mean? I used to like have this friend named Nathan. He was really cool, but I tried to help him out, but he just was kind of like I don't know, he just didn't really care about me, and I cared about people a little too much, right? Even when I was like an asshole stuff, I cared about people too much, and then eventually I just kind of realized that wow, this guy's a piece of shit, you know? Even like to Tristan, right? He would just only ask him for rides, and he wouldn't want to hang out, and he just flake on him and stuff, right? And when I say flake, it reminds me of dandruff. I don't know why. Or like fucking frosty, no, not frosty pebbles, like fucking corn cereal chip with fucking nasty shit on it, like fucking dandruff. I don't know. Fucking weird, you know? But yeah, I always talk about the same shit, but like differently. You know what I mean, right? I don't know. I have a bad habit of doing that. So yeah. I remember you used to have this friend named Dennis, right? It used to be like Nathan and then Dennis. And I remember Dennis. He wanted to fight me a few times, right? And honestly, I did manage to control my anger, right? But I was really close, right? Because something I started doing when I went to high school, right, is this is really something really ironic too, right? Is I just started bringing a knife when I was around senior year, like at the late ending or like halfway through the year, right? I was dating someone. I actually got this knife at a gas station, right? I was like 19, I think, and I was with my mom. And this is before I could drive or anything. Like I can drive now, but I just feel really uncomfortable doing it. I don't know why. Like I know I'm not gonna crash, right? You know, like the road isn't that hard. Like if any of you guys are like struggling to drive or you guys are older and like, you know, a little wary, right? It isn't that hard, right? It really isn't, you know. Everything's relatively easy to do, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just get confused here and there, right? But like it isn't like horrible or anything like that, you know? I'm actually playing, you know, different people. Ooh, fucking smash. Put my dick in that shit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ooh, okay. Anyways, right? Yeah, yeah. I almost fought him a few times, and this is like it was kind of like at the end of the half end year of the year, right? And honestly, to be very frank with you, I wasn't at this point. Like when I was like a freshman year and like a little bit of sophomore year, I was scared to fight people. I'll admit to you, I was scared to fight people just because I wasn't confident in my ability, right, to knock somebody out, you know? I was always absurdly strong. Like not like fucking oh I'm the Hulk or anything, right? But I've noticed I've always been a little bit stronger or like just naturally, right, than other kids, you know, even that when I wasn't working out, you know what I mean? That's what I've noticed. But like this day he really ticked me off, right? And like to be honest with you, like I almost fucking like, you know, freaked out and stabbed him. But there's one reason why I didn't, and it's because I was scared of my parents, what they would think about me, you know what I mean, right? Because like there's a lot of shit that happened when I was younger with my parents, yada yada, you already know, right? But like I still like, you know, like like how one guy said, I don't know who said this in particular, but someone famous said, I think famous said this, is like, you know, if you don't have a good relationship with the parents and they hate you, right, and they're like they were abusive or whatever the case is, right, at least be grateful that they gave you the gift of life, because most people who could have been born will never even know they had the chance to be born, right? You know what I mean? Some people I can never could reconnect with my mom and stuff. Like if that's happened to you on the greatest relationship or something happened to you when you were a kid or whatever the case be, right? I fucking missed. It's just that like there's nothing, you know, wrong with like, you know, maybe disagreeing with them stuff, but like, you know, at least be grateful that they gave you like the gift of, I don't know, life, right? You know what I mean? Just be grateful for that gift, because I'm really grateful, because most people wouldn't even know if you were alive or not. So, you know, and I just like I don't want like I don't care about making them proud or anything, right? Well, a little bit, to be honest, but like I mainly just want to stay out of trouble, because I don't want them to like, you know, 'cause my parents' love is really different from other parents, right? They don't show it like at all. They don't hug me, no, nothing of that. I don't think I've ever gotten a hug actually, right? But everyone's like appreciation for your loved ones is different, you know? And I just don't want them to like fucking, you know, be like, damn, my son's a fucking loser, you know? You know what I mean? Damn, my fucking son sucks, he's a bitch. You know, oh shit. No, you know what I mean? That's kind of like it, you know? Damn, look at them legs. Soldier, oh shit. I'm kidding. No, but yeah.
No one can hide from my sight.
Surprisingly, I don't think I'm missing that often. Right. Okay. Fucking says that is missing all these shots in the world. I'm sorry, I just haven't played Anna in so long. Anna. Not Anna. Well, honestly, does it really matter? I think Anna sounds better because Anna fucking Ant, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, have you guys seen the new changes for Overwatch? That's going to happen. Oh, dicks in my booty hole. Dicks in my booty hole. Dicks in my booty hole. Hey, dicks in my booty hole. Oh, dicks in my... Okay, anyway. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I can sus rap really fucking well for some reason, right? You know? You know, to be honest, I've been practicing. Oh, that motherfucker almost fucking beamed me my top of the... type of the the left shit. You know? Alright, come here. Dang. Damn. Can I use your fucking armor? Need to build myself up something real quick. Oh, he's fucking my whole shit up. Yeah, la verga, la verga. Okay. 1 minute, like, you wanna go? Oh, you bitch. Okay. Wait, my question is Anna like Asian? You guys are probably saying that's fucking stupid. Wait, is she? Where is she from? I feel like she's like in the Middle East, like Lebanon, right? You know, if she's in Lebanon, that would make her Asian. So, like, because like. You know, I kind of want to get the younger skin because, like, she, you know, she a little baddie, you know. Not right now though. Would I smash? Like, okay, anyway. I suck. I literally suck so much. Oh, you want to go with your boy? I'm not gonna kill you. You know, but yeah. Go off, girl. Okay, so I don't know when season 15 starts. I'm gonna have to look at the battle pass, but I was thinking. Okay, so like. My second account right now is literally banned. I mean, my main account was banned. This is just my friends, right? Honestly, I was just kind of thinking just playing on this account from now on. Just because he has the bad bitch Alari skins, that's mainly why, right? Also, like, since it's his account, I never really try to curse on his account because I don't want him to get banned, right? Even though he said I don't care, dude. Because I'm like almost... I have 5,000, right? 5,000... 850 credits, I believe, or you know, almost 6,000, right? And I want to spend them, and he's like, dude, it's okay, you can spend them, right? I don't want to spend them considering that it's his account, right? And he already had like 2,000, but most like whoa, like most of the yeah, like most of like the credits I earned for him because like he doesn't really play Overwatch anymore, right? Just because of the changes that they made, right? At first he was really playing Overwatch like crazy, right? You know? He was playing Overwatch like crazy. But me and him were, but I think he just stopped. I don't know why. I think he just got bored or something. But the new changes that are gonna happen to Overwatch should be fucking sick. Because like they're pretty like they're literally just gonna make this game into kind of like Paladins. Like so Paladins they had like a credit store, right? Where basically they would go and well you could go like at the beginning of the trial or not the trial, the beginning of the match, fucking is this DVD at the beginning of the match, right? You were able to choose whatever you wanted That's a really cool skin. You like choose whatever like item you wanted, and the items could range from gaining more credits to cooldown reduction to less damage intake to do more damage after an elimination, right? Faster reload. They're basically gonna add that to this game, and honestly, this is a really, really good thing that Overwatch should have done centuries ago. Because like the reason I like Paladin so much is because the game was really unique in the fact of it has some cool characters, right? Nothing like Overwatch. I feel like Overwatch has better characters, but the thing that really made Paladin stick out was just the fact that the store and you're able to like customize your own character with like legendary cards. They did change it to talents. I don't like that. Legendary cards, right? You know, I like that you're able to customize a character and play them more aggressively, play them more like a DPS, you know, make them healier, whatever the case is, right? This is what I really liked about the game. That's what a lot of people liked about the game too. That guy just got fucking touched anally. No, but yeah. Oh, what's fucking me up? That fucking bitch. My throat's hurting. I think I gotta take another day off because my throat's actually hurting because of the dicks. I'm kidding. Hey, come here. Honestly, like one thing I've always kind of wanted in this game that I found really weird, like for Blizzard not having in this game, is literally just why they don't tell you the range of stuff, right? Or like how much damage something does, right? Something I really don't like about Paladins, right? Which is this is a little pet peeve, right? Which is not huge. So you used to able to click on K on Paladins during like the match, right? And it'll tell you the abilities, the range, the damage, right? All that. But then they simplified it to not even tell you like the damage, and just tell you what the ability does, and you would have to go into the actual character when the game was over so you could actually read what they do. And like because they used to be so into detail, right? And I don't like the fact that they just removed it because like dude, that's why, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, I just find that really bizarre, right? That they just removed that really good feature. Oh fuck, I'm dead. Like, I really hate that they ruined that feature. They just made it simpler. And honestly, like, one thing I kind of, you know, started to realize about the game is they were like making the game more simplistic, like the style and stuff, right? And then they added like one shitty change I hated and I still hate. It's just the fact that you can't customize cosmetics anymore when you used to be able to like replace heads and stuff, but apparently like that was too much work for the team, right? And like the amount of resources they were using up. But honestly, like that was one big step in like the wrong direction, taking Paladins its identity away, because like you can't do that with Overwatch, you know what I'm saying? You can't, like, the only thing you can do is customize the gun to make it look gold or like, you know, jade. But like as soon as they started doing that, I was just like, oh no, because they're gonna like, I'm like, no, they're like moving away from what they once were, you know? Because the game was really good at one point. It was really good, you know? But when they started doing that, I started getting a little scared, right? And then, you know what they did? They did like a major update on like where, like a year or two later, like the thing that made Paladins, right? Paladins, like on the home screen, wasn't that because they had like a beautiful AI, like, you know, render model of like the newest skin or like the battle pass or whatever. It was the fact that they completely removed that. Oh no. Like they completely removed, like, because when you used to, you know, join, you used to have like a lot of tutorials and excuse me, I, you know, faltered on that, but like you used to have like a lot of tutorials, right? And then you used to have like so many, you know, things to choose from, right? Like, you know, if you don't know how to play, there's tutorials here, right? And then they started removing stuff like the training practice, right? Like tutorial, they removed like half of the tutorial, right? They eventually did add some back, you know? But when they started doing that and they started kind of like being like Overwatch where they have a model, well, there's nothing wrong with that. And here, there's nothing wrong with that, right? That bitch is fat. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's just, I'm kidding. It's just the fact that you had your own style, right? And yeah, as cool as it is having like a new like image of like, you know, the character or whatever, right? You should have kept your identity, right, and promoted your game because the reason it only faded out is because really bad promotion. Like you never saw any ads on Paladins, rarely, right? I think I don't even remember seeing one. I would say one, but like I don't even. I think that's just mismemory, right? And just that they stopped taking care of the game and they started rushing too many things because they eventually like have too many updates via the game. Like every 2 weeks they'd update or like every month, right? Like take your time, but then eventually they just stop updating like only every like 4 months, you know, every 3 months, right? And then that's the problem. They just didn't put enough love because, you know, and they just started making things boring. What made Paladins Paladins, right? They just started making it like really well balanced, right? And stuff like, no, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that. I'll be right back. Gotta poop. Let me drink this water really quick though. Took a mean ass shit. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, let me adjust my. Well, not adjust. Let me reconnect my headphone really quickly. Alrighty, here we go. Okay. Alrighty. But let me put my headphones on. Back at the topic at hand, I honestly like think like paladins, right? If they would have paid more attention to it and more love, the game probably would not be dead. Obviously, every game has a life cycle, right? You know? Like even Minecraft is eventually gonna have a life cycle, something better than it's gonna come out, you know? It's still been lasting for like 20 years or something, or like almost something crazy like that, right? But for most games, they usually have a life cycle, right? You know? And I honestly, so when I saw like the first Overwatch, like the overview for like 2020, what do you call it, for like 2025, right? A lot of the changes they sounded, well, they said right, sounded really, really nice, but this is what I think is going to happen. I honestly think the perk system where you could buy stuff with credits and stuff, kind of like Paladins, they're either going to completely remove that or gut it. I feel like a lot of the promises they are going to make are going to come to fruition, like the 6v6, right, and other changes, like the talents, right? Excuse me, but for some reason, I think that I don't know why the credit system is just not going to work for them because their things are going to be like heavily unbalanced, you know? Why are people like this in Marvel Rivals? But yeah, I'm just reading a thingy. But like, I genuinely think that's going to happen. Like, like I watched Flats's video on it, right? I like calling Flats fat, like fats, right? Not to like it's kind of like an asshole move, right? I'm not gonna lie, I just think it's funny, you know? I do have like a very fucking awful nickname in real life. Well, I used to. Not anymore though, because I don't have friends like that, you know what I mean? Like when I was younger, I used to be called Gay Wad, so I don't really care, you know? Obviously if someone repeats it, it gets annoying repeating stuff, right? You know what I mean? Surprisingly, Flats is really, really tall. Like I was watching a video, he's like he's like 6'3". He's tall, but like you can't. I thought he's just like an average guy because like when you're fat as shit, right? Which you know, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but is he fat as shit? Yeah, he is, right? Let's just be honest, right? But like I really just like I just really like the fact that Overwatch is like gonna make these new changes, right? And he said we're back. I wouldn't say we're completely back because considering like the like season 15 is still not out yet, right? But I'm really hoping they do an amazing job with this, right? And I think the reason someone actually commented this, right, under Flats' video. Me too. I said after they saw I've said after they saw Marvel was packing heat, they went to the North Korean sweatshop to cook some juicy shit, you know? And someone said, "Wow, Blizzard really sped up their freaking process by 3 years just to keep up with Marvels." And I like that because
Consider the railgun before you decide.
Marvels isn't Overwatch. It's not. Does it feel better than Overwatch? Like in a 6v6 shooter, right? Do they do things that Overwatch hasn't done, but better? Yes, they do, right? But for me personally, you can never replace Overwatch with Marvels because they are two different games, and I've fallen in love with both, right? Obviously, I like Marvels way, you know, a bit more now. Like some people are like, "Oh, fuck Overwatch," right? Whatever, right? And like, you know, honestly, I don't, you know, give up on a game, right? Until it's like it's dead, you know? Oh, are you gonna keep hiding like a bitch? But honestly, I'm really excited for the new year. Like, they actually, I'm pretty sure, and like, you know, when I saw that comment, I'm pretty sure they actually did speed up the process of, you know, come back, you're not gonna survive. I think they literally just sped up the process of like 3 years or like 2 years, which honestly, at Marvel Rivals is forcing them, right, to like, because like honestly, this year they didn't do anything. Like they added a few new characters, right? Maybe one new map. They didn't do anything this year, you know? Like pretty much nothing. But like since Marvels is out, right, and they need to compete with this 656 shooter, they're gonna have to like step it up, you know? Which I'm really happy that we're gonna, you know, get people to like step it up, you know what I mean, right? I don't know, I just like doing this because it's fun. My friend is calling, but I'm not gonna pick up. Not because I'm petty, right? Maybe that, but it's probably not that. It's literally just me being busy right now. Hey, daddy, ride me. No! I got this. I got this. I got this. I remember I was body blocking, like, you know, my body within a Lari. Like, because, like, I'll be honest, like, I don't care. If there's, like, someone who looked like in Lari real life, she's even remotely close to being interested in your boy, I would risk my life for that ass. Okay? Shit is worth smash. I'm kidding. You know, I used to say, oh, I never dated Lari. She's 18, right? I don't care. It's an imaginary character, so we're good. You know, unless, like, the imaginary character, it was, like, you know, like Penny Parker age, then no, 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 fuck no, you know what I mean? You know something really weird about the Marvel Rivals community? There's not a lot of weirdos, right? But, like, you know, people keep saying that Penny Parker is over the 18, and apparently in the Marvel Rivals, she is over 18, right? But, like, I'm over here like, dude, no. No. You know what I mean, right? No, she literally looks 14. I don't care what you say, right? She's 14. No? Right? I think the same thing about, like, Diva. You know what I mean? Like, I don't be like, damn, she's a bad. It'd be like, no. I'd be like, damn, she's a minor. Fuck no. You know? Because they changed her age because she was previously designed to be like a 16-year-old, you know? But, like, they did change her to make her more, like, look like an adult, right? So it isn't as bad. But, like, I'm not into Diva. Fuck no. Too young. I'm into older women like Doomfist, you know? Like Doomfist. You know? I like my women how I like my coffee with just water because I'm fucking broke. One time I did say I like my men how I like my coffee dark. And I mean by Doomfist. Because bro is a baddie. I actually really do like the Doomfist skins though. They did like the Doomfist. I really like the one that he was wearing like just fancy shit. Because it like honestly looks super nice. Oh come on. I got you. You know something I don't understand, like some Diva players do, just from like experience, is the fact that like some Diva players, as soon as they get Nano, they'll ult. Like, dude, like maybe if you're just outside of the radius, it could still probably kill you, right? But like nothing, right, without a damage reduction ability or you know like you know, anti-damaging ability like Kiriko, right, or like Life Weaver's pull is going to stop the thing from killing you. Like if you're literally like even close to around the area, right, you're not out of its range, you will like just most likely die, you know? Like literally you're just going to die. I don't understand why people because this happened to me like a lot of times playing Ana. It just I would nano someone and then just they would just go ult as a diva. Like why? Like you do 50% more damage because she does like 1,000, right? I think. But like with Nano, you only do like 1,500, which like it's still an insta kill, you know. Like good players aren't gonna die to it unless you have like a really good ult. I remember when I first played rank, people literally was just ulting Zarya and Diva. I was playing open queue though. I didn't know what role queue was until I tried it, and I didn't like it at first, right? But then I kind of fell, you know, in love with the mode, you know. she's there. I kind of fell in love with like the mode eventually, right?
Losing now will be such a shame. Stay here.
Oh, she actually fell for it. Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, I wasn't calling anyone weird when I said the diva thing. It's just not for me. She isn't a baddie for me. Well, she kind of a baddie, right? But like, not really a baddie, you know? Unaware badness, you know what I'm saying, right? Unaware. Like Uncle Iroh said, if she is over the age of 13, she has no worth. You know? So stupid. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Am I weird for this? But I honestly think fucking Junker Queen is a straight baddie. I'm not even gonna lie. I think she's actually the baddie. Am I weird for that? Am I weird? Like low-key Zarya a baddie too. Like not much of like, you know, obviously not Sombra level badness, right? But she's cute. Am I weird for that? You know what I'm saying, right? I'll be honest, like there's so little what I'm like not attracted to. Hold up, pause. The things I'm not attracted to. Animals, children, and men. Okay? Or you know what I'm saying? Those are things that if someone's gonna say, oh, are you attracted to fucking wheelchairs? No. Maybe. I used to be in a wheelchair once in my life. I'm not even joking about that, you know? The reason I bring this up is because, like, before, like, I talk about, like, a topic, right? Like, a heavy topic, I like making, like, you know, I kind of like going to it so I can transition to it, right? You know? Because, like, I don't want to, like, just immediately start a conversation out of nowhere, right? And, like, well, it's, like, the merit of it is just, like, why did you bring it up? You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want, like, I like going slowly into it. Unless it's the beginning of the stream, then I have to do that, right? But, like, like slowly going into the convo, right? Mainly because, like, recently I've been watching, like, you know, these predator catch videos, right? On, like, you know, these alleged men. I have to say that because, you know, YouTube's gonna fucking kill me. Like, going and meeting, like, online, you know, children for sex, you know? Or even just talking to them very sexually. Or, like, very, like, graphic, you know?
Something for the state.
I don't know why I literally like healing like this. I don't know why though. Is bro good? I know it's probably like a really bad idea doing that.
Healing here at your convenience.
I like that you can go through walls. I wish the healing thing was a little faster to get to people because sometimes actually not sometimes, it's actually happened to me where like they've died because the heal couldn't get to them in time. Like it's still pretty quick, but like, you know, even faster. Am I weird though? I honestly, like, I'll be honest, for the most part, like I don't think anybody's ugly, you know? I think everyone has the potential to look beautiful, you know? Like, you know, like I feel like we're all like, you know, when I was a kid I was super cute. Like super cute, I was adorable. You know, I can't believe I was that small. I remember being in kindergarten, you know? I had a teacher named Miss Wagner, right? I really liked her. I thought she was really cool. If I can find that pic, so like I think I was like holding up a sign or I took a picture right behind like a board, like a crayon board, right? Or you know, like those big, really, you know, those big crayon boards, right? That you use as background, like in a kindergarten classroom, you know? I was a cute kid though. I was born actually really pale, like as a kid, right? I was born like super, super white. But apparently there's actually a reason towards this, right? I don't know what causes it, right? But if you have like a, you know, you know, if you're not, well, it doesn't really pertain to like, it doesn't really happen if you have like paler skin, right? But what happens, right, is if you have like a lot of melanin, like my dad does, right? Because my mom doesn't have that much melanin. My dad's like fucking, what the fuck did I do? Oh, like he's dark as shit, right? Like fucking, no, you know what I mean, right? He's really dark, right? So I was like really pale, and then like eventually, like I turned like dark. I'm not dark, right? I'm not that dark, but no, I'm okay. Like you know, like I'd like a shade, like 2, 3 shades darker than caramel, or like Ilari kinda. You know what I mean, right? And what will actually happen if you're like, you know, one of the parents has like darker melanin in their skin is like usually is that the baby will be born like lighter in complexion, right? But for some reason, I don't know why it happens, right? They just start getting progressively darker, and that's what happened to me. I don't know why that happens though. I don't know why that happens though.
Life protects life.
I don't know why that happens though. Because I don't remember me being super like, you know, fair tone. Right, I don't know why I bring this up. I really don't know. I guess just to describe how I looked like, because as a like baby, I had like, you know, like I had curly hair and I'd just be constantly. I like it was like a little afro kind. It looked cute. I can show you a picture, but also my dad's in the picture too. I cropped my sister out just because I wanted to show me and my dad, and I think I still have the original picture somewhere here, right? But I don't think I have it on my phone. If I do, I have to find it, you know, and uncrop it. You see my sister on the side, right? I was just a little baby. We were at an airplane show, right? For some reason, we don't do this anymore, but my parents would go to like an airplane show with us, right? And I remember the last time I went, I was 16. You know what? I don't okay, I was gonna bring something up. I was gonna bring it up after this. But for some reason, I don't know why we went to an airplane show. I guess they just like seeing the planes launch, right? You wanna go there. Like I remember when I was 16, I saw this fucking girl, like this older girl with her friends, but I'm like, damn, she's bad as fuck. And I'm over here like I felt so self-conscious of myself because I was just fat as shit at the time, right? So I was like, damn. But anyways, uh the last time I went to the airplane show, I was 16, and you had to like stop by this like little place and drop like all your items, right? And then you get like a little tag and stuff. There was actually a lot of people there seeing the airplanes go because you could actually go on like in an airplane, right? That was, you know, open like on both ends. So like, you know, the nose of the airplane was open and like the back was open, right? There's like this little platform, right? That kind of go down like the steep little slope. It wasn't that steep, right? But you go upstairs, right? Kind of like a stair, but like and I didn't have any like stairs or anything. So like, you know, people who are disabled can obviously go up there, but also it's just a better, more efficient design because, you know, airplane, right? Oops, you'd go inside, right? And then, you know, you would see the mechanics, right? And all of that, you know, it was pretty cool. I remember me taking a picture of some old guy who was passed out on the floor and like posting it on my story. I don't know why I was a fucking dickhead, you know, even at 16. I wasn't like horribly a dickhead or anything, right? You know, nothing like that, but I don't know why I did that, you know? And like I don't know why we stopped going because I think as a kid, right, my parents kind of made me force me to go, right, you know, and I didn't really argue with it because I used to go out way more than, you know, I do now, right? And I don't know, I just I don't know why, you know, like now, right, I don't like go out and, you know, I don't go out by myself, or I don't really, you know, go out with friends, right, or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like I really don't do that, right? I really don't. Did she say alien nutch? But yeah, I don't really go outside anymore or anything, right? You know, my parents, I remember once my mom was like, if you like a girl, like go up and like, you know, try to, woo her over, right? Because like she said this, she's like, you know, I don't want you to like die lonely, right? Because look at your uncle. So we have like an uncle, he's like 30 something, 38, almost on his 40s, right? He's super fit and everything, but like he doesn't, you know, have anybody. You know what I mean? He doesn't have anybody in his life, so like not a special someone or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
alone.
I hope they put
And then my mom was just like, look at him, he's this old, he doesn't have like a family or anything, right? Because I remember he used to date people and stuff, right? One time he brought this girl, right? And then I don't know why, for some reason I was acting like an asshole. My sister called me out for it, and honestly, I don't know why. I honestly think, I don't know, I think maybe just to seem cool or whatever, right? I think that's why. I think it's like 15 or 14, you know? It was really weird. I don't know why I did that. Obviously now I don't do that. I don't try to act too cool for school, you know what I mean, right? I don't do that at all, you know? It might have been the reason he left them, but like I don't think so. But maybe that's too crazy. But yeah, penis. But like I hope I don't like die lonely because like I really want to special someone eventually. I want a baddie, okay? I want an A-Street baddie. You know? Woman, I was itching the fuck out of my neck. I got everybody. Bro got fucking decimated. I gotta move that just in case it, you know, breaks. On 6v6, the cooldown for her and like her damage feel pretty fucking good. I'm not even gonna lie. I guess we're just gonna fucking do damage, right? Surprisingly, my aim has literally not degraded that much. We're on 76. We're actually doing better than normal. That took so long. We're actually not doing too horrible right now with damage, so this is the highest I've ever actually gotten it. It's usually like on 50 though. Ooh, that could have hit me. I would have died. Ooh, almost. Our team is not doing too good. I tried. Bro's just fucking gonna die right there. I'm gonna play Marvels after this. Maybe. I'm feeling a little tired though. Not even gonna lie. Or maybe some DVD. I'll play some DVD. Why not? I need to play that game more. So. But yeah, about the whole like dying alone. I want to be with someone that I find beautiful, you know? And you're probably wondering, oh, does that mean this? Does it mean big booty, this and that? No. When I like use the definition of beautiful, I don't think if the world like I don't think like the world thinks she's like ugly or whatever, right? That doesn't matter because all that matters is me, what I like about them, you know? Because I want to date someone, right, who I think is pretty, you know? There's a lot of guys these days, like, you know, a lot of guys these days want big ass, big dicks, maybe some, you know, big tits, right, and everything. Me, personally, I don't care about that, you know what I'm saying? I genuinely, right, we just want to date someone I get along with, right, and I love, but also, like, someone I find, you know, attractive, you know what I mean, right? Obviously, don't have to be, like, a 10 out of 10 or whatever, right, you know, because that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not how things work, but I want to get someone who I find cute, you know what I mean, beautiful, you know what I mean, right? And like no one else has to like agree with me on it, but I don't care, you know, if people think she's ugly or whatever. As long as I think she's beautiful, that's what like really matters, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's all that matters. Thank you. He was literally after me. You know? True love, guys. Fuck, she got deleted. She literally got deleted. And someone left. Amazing.
Score 0-0. Switching.
I think it might have been the other support. No, it's not. It's the damage. We literally cannot push that at all. Sorry for the quitter. You know something I don't like? I know this might be really like, you know, pet peeve, right? Or you might find it weird. I don't like it when people are like, oh, GG, right? I don't like that, you know? Or like, oh, better like next team, yada yada, whatever, right? Because most of the time, this is what I've noticed. If you're not the one that's winning, your team's not the one that's winning, people usually won't say GG. I've seen it a little bit more often than people do now, right? But like, it's super like uncommon, right? It used to be rare, but it's super uncommon, right? That somebody will just, you know, do, you know what, you know, is gonna, you know, say GG after they get their ass kicked or whatever, you know what I mean, right?
If you're going to die, do it when
Because honestly, most people who say GG, they don't mean it. They only say GG when they're winning, you know? Of course, this was a little, you know, and more closer, like the shits and stuff, but it's okay. You know?
Sip for the parched.
Or should I play Marvels?
5, 4,
You know what? I'll just fucking play DBD one out.
1. Attackers incoming.
By the way, I do have a new Charles Leasy membership, right? Some reason. Don't know why though. Like, bro literally doesn't do anything. Like, I'm like I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like that he doesn't post anything because you're literally charging people, right, for fucking nothing, you know? Like, if you're going to like at least do that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking like, I know. I shouldn't be talking because I haven't uploaded in forever, right? But like,
Get them away from the point.
I don't know. I don't like it when people just sell stuff on YouTube with like no, you know, returning anything. You know what I mean, right? Because like if you purchase something, even if it's like a membership or just to support the channel, I feel like you should like at least have more videos or something should be on there, even if it's inconsistent, you know? Okay, I'm gonna end this live stream so I can make a new one, right? So yeah, I'll be right back.